In the mountains of Epirus, the Acheron River bursts out of the earth in shimmering shades of turquoise and blue. Because the Acheron partly flows underground, it was known as the River of Woe in Greek mythology, one of the fabled rivers of the Underworld, a place where souls were once said to cross into Hades. Today, that same river is very much alive. A wild, crystal-clear stream winding through a deep gorge lined with dense forest and steep limestone cliffs. In this episode, we'll take you along on our hike through the Acheron Valley to Dalas Bridge, finishing with a relaxing walk through the ice-cold water of the Acheron River, surrounded by towering canyon walls. Our starting point for the day was just outside the little town of Gliki. At the end of the road, there's a large gravel parking area with plenty of spaces for cars, just a short walk from the river. From here, all you need to do is follow the signposts. Initially, the trail closely follows the river, so there are some nice spots to relax in the shade or get in and cool off straight away. We stopped for a moment, taking in the calm bubble of the water and watching beautiful damselflies dancing in the air. Just a little further on, the gorge narrows, forcing the trail uphill over uneven rocks and old stone steps. From the trail, you can get a bit of a sense of what's up ahead. Let's face it though, from the drone, the views are on another level. That alone was enough to motivate us to keep going. We're on our way to Acheron Springs. It's really hot outside, it's about 30 degrees. The trail isn't so bad, it's a bit rough, but it's okay. What I'm looking forward to the most though is up ahead this way, and that's an opportunity to get into the water and to cool off. This isn't just a scenic hiking trail. For generations, it served as a lifeline, connecting the remote mountain villages in this area to the outside world. This tunnel, carved into the rock to make it easier to transport goods and livestock, stands as a reminder of the effort it once took to survive in these mountains. Thankfully, we didn't have to worry about that and could just focus on the incredible views around us. After about 45 minutes, the trail started heading downhill again, taking us through a shaded stretch of forest alive with the chatter of birds, with the sound of the water slowly growing louder again. A few steps further, Dalas Bridge came into view. The bridge itself isn't much to look at, but underneath, that's a whole different story. This gorge has been carved over thousands of years, as the Acheron gradually cut its way through the stone, creating narrow passages, polished ledges, and layered cliffs. The pale rock reflects the light, giving the water its distinctive emerald color and making the river appear almost transparent in places. Our plan was to get into the water here and head downstream through the gorge back to the car park. pretty quickly, we had to face reality. The water was higher than expected, and the current was moving too fast to wade through this section of the gorge. Swimming would have been totally doable, but without a dry bag for our camera gear, that felt like pushing our luck. So we decided to call it, dry off and try our luck at another access point closer to the car park. We retraced our steps along the trail, through the forest, back towards the valley entrance. That's where we got lucky and found the perfect spot to access the river where the water was calm and shallow. We put on our aqua shoes and got in. What a shock to the system! Compared to further upstream, the water here felt icy cold, enough to make our feet go numb almost instantly. Thankfully, after a minute or two, our legs adjusted, and suddenly it was just refreshing. After a long hike, you can cool off in this wonderful cold water here in the river, in this setting. Look at it. We walked upstream in mostly shin-deep water. The riverbed was a mix of stones and pebbles, so having sturdy water shoes really helped. The further we went, the narrower the gorge became, with cliffs rising on both sides and only a sliver of sky above, framed by rock and trees. The further we walked, the easier it became to forget the heat of the day. The air felt cooler here, the water kept us refreshed, and the whole place had a peaceful, almost otherworldly atmosphere. As if the myths of the river of the underworld were still whispering through the canyon. Eventually, it was time to turn back. The cold water sparkling around us as the late afternoon sun filtered down between the cliffs. Acheron had given us dramatic landscapes, a sense of myth and history, and those small moments of adventure that turn a simple day trip into a story you'll tell again and again.